the Sutra of the Ten Wholesome Deeds, translated by the Tang Dynasty Khotan Tripitaka Master Iknanda. Translated into English by He Yuping Enid, according to the explanations of the advisor Beni Spirit of BPI Association, Buddha's Practice Incorporated. Thus I have heard. Once the Buddha was in the Dragon Palace of Sagara with 8,000 great monks and 32,000 bodhisattvas. At that time the world-honored one told the Dragon King, all sentient beings create different karma due to their different consciousnesses. Thus, they wander through different transmigratory states. Dragon King, do you find that the forms of living beings in this assembly and in the ocean are different? All of this is caused by the consciousness, which creates good and bad deeds from body, speech, or mind. However, the true self of consciousness is not form, cannot be attainable but illusory. All the phenomena come into being due to accumulating, ultimately without master, without self nor self-possession. Although each one manifests differently according to its karma, in reality there is no creator, so all dharmas are incredible. All the phenomena based on self-nature are illusory. The wise knows this and chooses to cultivate wholesome deeds, so that they are handsome and pleasant to others, so is everything of them pleasant to others. Dragon King, you see the Buddha's body, which is born from hundreds of thousands of billions of merits and virtues. It is adorned with various features, and its light is so bright that it overwhelms the bodies of the assembly. Even if countless billions of self-reliant Brahma kings no longer appear, and those who look upon the body of the Tathagata will be dazzled. You also see that all the wonderful and pure manifestations, including the bodies of these great bodhisattvas, are all from the merits and virtues of practicing wholesome deeds. Moreover, the great and powerful beings such as the gods, dragons, and the 8 divisions are also born from good deeds, bliss and virtues. Now all the living beings in the sea have coarse appearances and forms, big or small. They have committed various unwholesome deeds of body, speech, and mind led by their own various thoughts. Therefore, they each receive retribution according to their karma. You should always study and practice in this way, and also make living beings penetrate cause and effect and practice wholesome deeds. You should have right views and not fall into various false views. You should joyfully respect and do offerings to the kind mentor, etc. Therefore, you will also be respected and supported by humans and devas. Dragon King, you should know that there is a bodhisattva way that can eliminate all the sufferings from the evil paths. What is it? It means that day and night, one should always think about and observe wholesome deeds, so that the wholesome deeds will grow with each thought, without allowing any evil to be mixed in. This will enable all evil to be permanently eliminated, the wholesome to be perfected, and the one always to be close to the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and other sages. The wholesome deeds is the foundation to all achievements of human beings, heavenly beings, voice-hearers, pratyabuddhas, and unsurpassed Bodhi. Thus, it is called the wholesome Dharma. This wholesome Dharma is namely 10 wholesome deeds. What are the 10? It means that one can forever stay away from killing, stealing, false conduct, false speech, divisive speech, evil speech, idle talk, greed, hatred, and false views. Dragon King, if you stay away from killing, you will stay away from afflictions in 10 ways. What are those 10? 1. Give fearlessness to all living beings. 2. Always have great compassion for living beings. 3. Forever eliminate all habits of hatred. 4. Always be free from illness. 5. Gain a long life. 6. Always be protected by non-human beings. 7. Always have no nightmares, joyful whatever in dreams or awake. 8. Eliminate the knot of hatred, and all hatreds will be resolved automatically. 9. Have no fear of rebirth in the 3 evil paths. 10. Be reborn in heaven after death. These are the 10. If you transfer the merits from not killing to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, Anattara Samyak Sambodhi. When you become a Buddha in the future, you will obtain the Buddha's free lifespan as you wish. Again, Dragon King, if you refrain from stealing, you will be assured in 10 respects. What are the 10? 1. Your wealth will be plentiful, and kings, thieves, water, fire, and unloved children will not be able to possess it. 2. Many people will love and remember you. 3. No one will bully you. 4. People in 10 directions will praise you. 5. No worries about harm. 6. Good reputation will spread. 7. Be fearless in the crowd. 8. Your wealth, life, form, strength, peace, and eloquence are complete and perfect. 9. Always have the intention to give. 10. Rebirth in heaven after death. These are the 10. If one can transfer to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when he becomes a Buddha in the future, he will obtain pure full enlightened wisdom. Again, Dragon King. If one refrains from false conduct, he will be praised by the wise in 4 respects. What are the 4? 1. All sense organs are in harmony. 2. Forever free from quarrels. 3. Be praised by the world. 4. Spouse cannot be assaulted by others, and they cannot be assaulted by their spouse either. These are the 4. If one can transfer the merits above to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when he becomes a Buddha in the future, he will attain the form of Buddha, which can be transformed at will. Again, Dragon King. If one refrains from false speech, he will obtain 8 kinds of praises by the Devas. What are the 8? 1. His mouth is always clean and filled with fragrance of Adumbra. 2. He is trusted and respected by the world. 3. He is respected by humans and gods because his speech is testimony. 4. He always comforts sentient beings with loving words. 5. He obtains supreme joy in mind and is pure in body, speech, and mind. 6. His speech is free from mistakes and he is always joyful. 7. His speech is respected and followed by humans and gods. 8. His wisdom is extraordinary and cannot be subdued. These are the 8. If one can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when he becomes a Buddha in the future, he will obtain the merit named Tathagata's true words. Again, Dragon King. If one refrains from divisive speech, he will obtain 5 kinds of indestructible merits. What are the 5? 1. One can obtain an indestructible body so that nothing can harm it. 2. One can obtain indestructible retinue so that nobody can destroy it. 3. One can obtain indestructible faith. In that way he can achieve everything according to its principle. 4. One can obtain indestructible practice so that he can achieve everything eventually. 5. One can obtain indestructible kind mentor, who never deceive or confuse him. These are the 5. If one can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when he becomes a Buddha in the future, he will obtain the right retinue, and the demons and heretics will not be able to destroy them. Again, Dragon King. If one refrains from evil speech, one will be able to accomplish the 8 kinds of pure karma. What are the 8? 1. One's words are never inappropriate. 2. One's words are all beneficial. 3. One's words are definitely in accordance with the truth. 4. One's words are beautiful. 5. One's words can be acceptable. 6. One's words are trustworthy. 7. One's words are beyond criticism. 8. One's words are full of love and joy. These are the 8. If one can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when he becomes a Buddha in the future, he will obtain Tathagata's Brahma voice. Again, Dragon King. If you stay away from idle talk, you will achieve 3 kinds of merits definitely. What are the 3? 1. You will be loved by the wise definitely. 2. You will cope with things truthfully and wisely. 3. You will definitely be the most powerful and virtuous among humans and gods, and there will be no falsehood. These are the 3. If you can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest complete enlightenment, when you become a Buddha in the future, you will obtain all the predictions given by the Tathagata, and none of them will be in vain. Again, Dragon King. If you stay away from greed, you will achieve 5 kinds of ease. What are the 5? 1. Your 3 karma are at ease because all the senses of organs are intact. 2. Your wealth is at ease because all enemies and thieves will not take it away. 3. Your bliss is at ease because you can obtain anything at will. 4. You are at ease on your throne, and all rare and wonderful things are offered to you. 5. You will receive rewards far beyond expectations because of you not harboring jealousy in the past. These are the 5. If you can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when you become a Buddha in the future, as the most honored in the 3 realms, you are offered by all. Again, Dragon King. If you get rid of anger, you will obtain 8 kinds of joyful minds. What are the 8? 1. No harming intention. 2. No anger. 3. No dispute. 4. Gentle and honest. 5. As compassionate as the saints. 6. Be mindful of benefiting and comforting sentient beings. 7. Have a dignified appearance and be respected by all. 8. Be reborn in the Brahma world quickly because of your gentleness and perseverance. These are the 8. If you can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when you become a Buddha in the future, you will obtain the Buddha's unobstructed mind, and those who see you will never get tired of seeing you. Again, Dragon King. If you are free from false views, you will achieve 10 merits. What are the 10? 1. Obtain wholesome mindfulness and honest and kind companions. 2. Deeply believe in cause and effect, and would rather die than do evil. 3. Only take refuge in the Buddha, not in other gods. 4. Have a straight mind and right views, and forever get rid of all doubts about good and bad. 5. Always be born in the human and heavenly realms, never reborn in the evil paths. 6. Obtain infinite blessings and wisdoms, increasing in turn. 7. Forever leave the evil path behind, trend on the holy path. 8. No attachment on body, abandon all evil deeds. 9. Establish yourself in the unobstructed view. 10. Never fall into all difficulties. These are the 10. If you can transfer the merits to the attainment of highest, complete enlightenment, when you become a Buddha in the future, you will quickly realize all the Buddha Dharma and achieve supernatural powers freely. At that time, the Buddha told the Dragon King again, if a bodhisattva, according to these wholesome deeds, can refrain from killing and practices giving, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. He will live a long life without premature death, and will not be harmed by all enemies and thieves. If one can refrain from stealing and practices giving, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed, the most superior and incomparable, and he can fully collect the Dharma treasure of all Buddhas. If one can get rid of false conduct and practice giving, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. His family is chaste, and his mother, wife, and children, no one can look at them with lust. If one can get rid of false speech and practices charity, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. He is free from slander, and can uphold the Dharma. As he vows, his deeds will bear fruit. If he is free from divisive speech and practices charity, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. His family is harmonious, and they are kindred spirits without quarrel forever. If he is free from evil speech and practices charity, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. All the assemblies are joyful to take refuge in him, and all his words are believed and accepted, and no one will oppose him. If he is free from nonsense speech and practices charity, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. His words are not empty nor false, and everyone respects him. He is able to use skillful means to eliminate all doubts. If he abandons greed and desire but practices giving, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. He can donate everything he has. His faith and understanding are firm, and he has great power. If he is free from anger and practices charity, he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. He can quickly achieve enlightenment by himself, can attain an unobstructed mind and fine appearance. Everyone respects and loves him. Because of giving away one's false views, he practices giving. In that way he is always rich in wealth, which cannot be invaded or robbed. He is always born in a family with right views, respect, and faith. He can encounter the Buddhas to hear Dharma, and can support the Sangha. He never forgets the great Bodhi. This is the great benefit gained from practicing the 10 wholesome deeds and purifying himself with giving by a great bodhisattva when treading the bodhisattva path. Dragon King, in summary, by practicing the 10 wholesome deeds and adorning yourself with precepts, you can obtain all the benefits and virtues of the Dharma and fulfill great vows. Adorning yourself with perseverance in addition to practicing the 10 wholesome deeds, you can obtain the perfect sound of the Buddha and possess all good qualities of the Buddha. Adoring yourself with diligence additionally, you can defeat the devil and enter the Buddha-Dharma treasury. In addition, adoring yourself with concentration, you can generate mindfulness, wisdom, shame, and ease. In addition to that, with the adornment of wisdom, you can cut off all discriminatory false views. In addition to that, with the adornment of loving kindness, you will not cause annoyance or harm to all living beings. Additionally, with the adornment of compassion, you can have pity on all living beings and never tires of giving. Additionally, with the adornment of joy, you will show no jealousy when seeing those who practice wholesome deeds. In addition, with the adornment of giving, one will have no attachment or anger in whatever favorable or unfavorable circumstances. In addition to that, with the adornment of 4 bodhisattva practices, you can always diligently benefit and move sentient beings through skillful guidance. In addition to that, with the adornment of mindfulness, one can practice the 4 kinds of mindfulness well. In addition to practicing 10 wholesome deeds, with the adornment of right effort, one can completely eliminate all unwholesome dharmas and achieve all wholesome dharmas. In addition to that, with the adornment of supernatural powers, one can always make the body and mind at ease and at peace. With the adornment of the 5 faculties added, one can have a deep and firm faith, be diligent and never slackens, always free from delusion, calm and docile, and can eliminate all afflictions. With the adornment of the 5 strengths added, all enemies can be completely destroyed and no one can destroy them. In addition to that, with the adornment of enlightenment factors, one can always be good at awakening to all dharmas. In addition to that, if one adorns himself with right paths, his correct wisdom is always present. In addition to that, if one adorns himself with meditative concentration, one can completely eliminate all knots. In addition to that, if one adorns himself with contemplation, one can know the true nature of all dharmas. In addition to that, with the adornment of skillful means, one can quickly achieve the bliss from both changeable phenomena and true self. Dragon King, you should know that these 10 wholesome deeds can even make the 10 powers, fearlessness, 18 uniqueness, and all Buddha Dharma complete, so you should practice them diligently. Dragon King, just as all cities and settlements are based on the earth, all medicinal herbs, plants, trees, and forests grow relying on the earth. The 10 wholesome deeds are also like this. All human beings and devas are based on it. All the Sravakas, Pratyabhutas, Bodhisattvas, and all the dharmas are accomplished based on this 10 wholesome deeds. After the Buddha spoke this sutra, the dragon King Sagara and his retinue, all the devas, humans, and asuras in the world were all delighted, faithfully accepted them and put them into practice. The Sutra of the 10 Wholesome Deeds, quoted from page 795, volume 67 of the Chenlong Tripitaka.